Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad that y'all able to tune in on this amazing Tuesday night. We're talking about self-worth. And self-worth is so important because when you establish your self-worth, like nothing, nobody can talk down to you. Everything is, that's why I call it the foundation. Your self-worth is literally your foundation, okay? I went ahead and I have wrote some notes, and then we in Bible study today, we talked about self-worth, and I try to sometimes separate scripture from Godfidence, but I can't, because at the end of the day, like, they're so intertwined, they're together. And so I'm just gonna have to go back and go to Ephesians 2 and 10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do God's work, which God performed in advance for us. So what does that mean? That means that you're God's masterpiece. That means when he created you, he already created you in greatness. So there's nothing that you can do that can devalue who you are already, which means your worth is your worth regardless if you fail a test. Your worth is your worth if you're going through a divorce. Your worth is your worth even when you don't feel your best. And that's so important because sometimes we like to say, oh, we feel less than or unworthy of because we haven't found that husband yet. We feel unworthy of because we got fired at a job. We feel unworthy of because we went to school and we haven't gotten the job that we're looking for, right? But I want you to understand that no man, no woman, no job, and no situation determines your self worth. You determine your self worth. Okay. And I'm going to give you, I think I broke it down into 7 different ways. Okay. Because I really want y'all to stand 10 toes down on business. Okay. And so I want to hit back before I throw my notes away that I had this morning. And so it says the word handiwork means masterpiece, which means that when God first created us, he already called us a masterpiece. And so I want that to marinate on you because I want you to know that there's nothing that anybody can say or do to you that can take away, okay, your self-worth. Okay. I had to make sure that that was so clear because so many times I'm a coach and so many people self-worth is because that person they love so much broke up with them. They don't determine your self-worth, boo, right? I've been in school all this time and I can't get a job with what I went to school for. That position don't determine your self-worth. I'm 40 years old and I'm still not married. Him or her do not determine your self-worth. And it's so important that we understand it. Self-worth is not a performance, it's not productivity, it's not if somebody applied. My self-worth in doing my podcast, my self-worth doesn't depreciate if nobody shows up tonight, if nobody leaves comments, if nobody don't applaud. It doesn't devalue my self-worth. And that is so important for us to know that. um Self-worth says I matter. It says I am valuable. It says I do not have to earn my existence. That is so important. You matter. You matter, Angela. You matter, Simply Free. You matter, Tracy. You matter, Adrian. You matter. You matter. You don't have to fight to take up space. You deserve space. And that is so important. You set the standards. And so many and I want to make sure I emphasize this. You set the standards. You set the standards on how people treat you and how people talk to you. You do. When you first meet somebody, hey, how you doing? My name is Rachel. How is things going? Right? On the first meeting, you let that person know the standards. Don't call me out my name. Right? That's a standard for you. I don't like this. That's a standard for me. And if they don't like the standard, that is okay. That's my self worth. That's how I feel about me. That's a standard for me. And don't let anybody make you feel less than because you have standards. And that is so important. People treat you according to the standards that you accept. If you do not value yourself, others will not either. If we're going on a date, I'm going to expect for you to look like date material. What does that even mean? Yeah, it's important. What does that mean? Because to you, date material may be jogging pants and a jogging shirt, and that's okay. But because you don't know what date material to me is, because we don't even know what we're going to on a date. That's what the expectations come in at, right? Hey, we're gonna go casually walking on the beach. We don't need a suit and a tie for that, right? What's the expectations of this event? Self-worth teaches people how to handle you. That is so important. There are females who literally be like, "What's up, B? What's up, B? What's up, B? That's my B. That's my girl. That's my B." There are real females that literally they talk like that. That's how they talk to each other, and that's okay. I don't judge them, and I would never disrespect her in public. But when we get in private, hey, just so you know, I'm not that homegirl. I don't really like to be called a B because for some reason why when you start calling me a B, it's a little trigger that go off my head. I'll be ready to fight. So I don't want to be called a B. So my name is Rachelle though, but I do like to meet you. I think you're fun, and I don't really want to be called that, right? It's not saying that she can't call all her other friends B's. That's how she communicate, and that is okay, right? But as for me and my friendship, I don't want you calling me a B. And you be like, well, that's what I do with all my friends. With them, I guess we just not gonna be friends on that level. And that's okay too. Because you don't have to be friends on that level with everybody. And that's okay. I think sometimes we make things too hard. We make things way too hard. I don't want to hang around people who be like, what's up, B? What's up, B? What's up, B? What's up, B? That's okay. It's not saying anything negative or bad. It's just I just don't want to, right? That's my standard. The way you speak to yourself trains others. Oh, I did that. How to speak to you. If I am going hanging out with my girlfriends and we're going to the mall and we're going to have girl time and we're going to have brunch and we're going to get our nails done, I am going to expect your hair to be combed. Judge somebody else. I'm going to expect for my girlfriend's clothes to be ironed. I'm going to expect for my girlfriends to look nice, right? Why would I expect for some grown women to get up and get in a vehicle to go hang out together with bonnets on? I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect that from people that I hang with. I wouldn't expect it. I would be shocked out of my. I'd be shocked. Like, where you going? But guess what? You people hang around. This is the best example. If all three of us have on a bonnet, right? And y'all the bunted friends, then y'all are the bunted friends, right? But nobody really hang around. You don't do you ever really see three girls with a bonnet and then one girl she just looked fly? Not really. No. They don't feel comfortable hanging with her, right? Her hair done, her nails done, her clothes ironed, and she dressed, she looks nice. No, they don't. That's not really their cup of tea because they the bunny quad, right? I'm not judging, but I want you to understand your self-worth. If that's your self-worth is abundant self-worth, then you the abundant self-worth. That is who you are. That's who you are. Okay. But if you want to not be the abundant, then comb your hair. Put some nice clothes on, iron your clothes, tie your shoes up, look nice. That's all I'm saying. You are the filter. Your identity filters your relationships. What does that mean? Exactly what I just talked about. If I invite my friends out, my friends understand the assignment. My girls is this is a funny and a true story. My mom was at my house today, and we was talking. She was like, so I said we was talking about going somewhere. She was like, I gotta be. You gotta be specific when you invite me places. And I was like, what does that even mean, Mom? She was like, because you don't understand budgeting. And I was like, what does that mean? And she was like, the last time we went somewhere, and I didn't ask you how much it was gonna cost. We went to a restaurant called Sullivan's, and I couldn't afford my food. You didn't even pay for your food, lady. You didn't even pay for the food. I don't even think my mom paid for her food. And she was just like, the food was so expensive. And so every person who knows me knows that I go to TikTok, I go to things and I just find restaurants. I don't look at the prices. I'm sorry. I'm not bougie. So let me start over. I eat everywhere. I'm not a bougie eater. I like food. Okay. I'm a foodie. So I like the foods I like to eat. Right. And so the whole point of that is, so my mom was like, I don't look at the prices. So people who know me know I'm gonna go somewhere that I like. I'm gonna go somewhere that give great customer service. So if you know anything about me, if I told you I like a place, it's because they gave great customer service. I love places that give great customer service. I love places that are clean. They don't have to be bougie. They don't have to be the best looking place. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: they're gonna be great customer service, right? And the food is gonna be good. Those are the qualities. Now, if the food is expensive, hey, it's expensive. But I've been to places where the food is not expensive. They just give great customer service, and I love going there, right? And so, um, where are we? Your friends, opportunities. This is so important. Knowing your self worth means that every opportunity not for you, every opportunity that knock on your door is not an opportunity that you have to take. Every person who wants to date you is not a yes. When you know your self worth, every guy and every girl that wants to date you is not a yes. No, 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 thank you. Right? Every job opportunity, just because it's more money, that's not a yes. No, I don't want that stress in my life. I don't want to work those hours. I don't want to do that. I have children. I have a husband. That's against my A, B, and C. No, knowing your self worth. The reason why we get ourselves in binds because we don't put boundaries out. Once you know your self worth, the last job that I worked at, I walked away from because I knew my self worth. When you know your self worth and you realize, like, wait a minute, I'm not valued here. Like I'm literally not valued here. Okay, I'm not valued here. I'm driving way too far not to be valued here. Let me go on and get this 2 week notice real quick. Right? When you know your value, it is very easy to say no. It's very easy to see opportunities and go, yes, this opportunity is for me. It's very easy to see opportunity go, no, it's opportunity not for me. And that's why everybody, when I talk to people about relationships, I've been with my husband for over 18 years. I think I'm very good with that's am I a relationship coach? No. Have I talked on podcasts about relationships? Yes. Why? Because I think I'm very good with helping with relationships. I've been in relationships for a very long time. I'm a coach anyway, right? So I'm good with relationships. But I feel like I'm so good in relationships because the same thing we talked about, self-worth. When you establish and know what your self-worth is in anything in your life, it is so easy to clearly see what you want. It's easy to see what you want. It's easy to see what you need when you know your self-worth. Okay? Decisions. It is decisions are easy when you know your self-worth. When you already know, okay, what do I need? What makes me feel good? What doesn't make me feel good? What's my stretching point? How far can I drive? How far can I not drive? What's good for my relationship? What's not good for my relationship? What's good for my children? If you have children, what's good? What's not good for my children? When you already know that, that's your self-worth. Okay. If you do not see yourself as worthy, you will accept less than you deserve. And this is so true. Self-worth protects your yes and it protects your no. It is so when I tell people my no is my no. No. And can I be honest with you? No is no with no explanation. I don't have to give you an explanation for the no. It's just a no. It's a no. And it's a hard no, right? It determines what you allow and what you walk away from. You shape your dialogue. The loudest voice in your life is your own. Every person that know me, if you can see behind my wall, what do my wall say? It says, I am valuable. I am a big deal. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am magical. I am valuable. I am wonderfully made. I am Rachel Pence. Why do my walls say that? Because what I say about myself matter. There are days when I don't feel valuable. There are days when I wake up, I done had a horrible seizure. My head is crazy. I got bruises on my body. I'm discombobulated and I don't feel worthy. I don't feel valuable. I don't feel powerful. I don't feel wonderfully made. I don't. I'm just being honest. I don't feel like talking to you on this podcast. I stutter after I have a seizure. My brain is foggy. I don't want to do it. And I have to look at this wall behind me and remind myself whose I am and who I am. And that's how I get my superpower back to come on podcasts when I know that I'm going to probably stutter a couple of times, when I know I'm going to have brain fog a few times, because I'm still worthy, I'm still valuable, I'm still a big deal, I'm still powerful, I'm still magical, and I'm still wonderfully made, even though I have shortcomings, right? Um, your inner voice says I am enough. You live from this belief. Your inner voice says, I am capable. You rise in that belief, and your self worth says, oh, your self worth is the conversation you have with yourself. It is so important to begin your day. For those who don't pray, if those who do pray, begin your day with prayer. And then after prayer, I do affirmations every day. Y'all know I have my journal, which I thought it was right here. And y'all know I am so big on my affirmations. They're in the very back. I am more than a conqueror through Jesus Christ. I forgive quickly and I love freely. I set boundaries rooted in God's wisdom. I embrace change as part of God's refining process. God obedience flows in my life. I seek wisdom and God granted generously. I am equipped with creativity, innovation, and with God. And I have it's a 50 of them. And I say them daily. I say them boldly, and I feel like a little superpower when I'm done, right? And that is how I'm able to be recharged and fueled back up when I don't feel that way. No, I don't feel fueled every day. No, I don't feel motivated every day. I can go I can go down a list of reasons why I don't feel like it. I can give you a whole pity party of the reasons why. But guess what? I'm not. Cuz you shape your dialogue. The loudest voice is yours. You determine your boundaries. Low self-esteem tolerates disrespect. I do not tolerate disrespect. I don't tolerate disrespect, and I used to be very. Oh, this is so good. Let me say it correctly. Hmm. I used to not only not tolerate disrespect, I used to meet disrespect with disrespect. Did y'all catch that? Now that I'm older, I realize I don't really have to disrespect you not to tolerate your disrespect. That's called growth. I don't have to change my behavior for you to change your behavior. I don't have to be louder than you to correct you. I don't have to be ugly to correct you. I don't have to change how I feel and how my whole self-worth and my whole self-mood to let you know that you're disrespecting me. I love that for me. Health, self-worth enforces peace. Boundaries are proof that boundaries are proof that you believe you matter. Boundaries are proof that believes that I matter. When you set boundaries for people, people get so mad when you set boundaries. Like some people be so mad. Oh, you're not gonna tell me. I am gonna tell you not to talk to me like that. I am gonna tell you that you can't do this to me. I am gonna tell you these things, right? Because I do have boundaries. And and the boundaries aren't just for me, the boundaries are for you. The boundaries are for the relationship. The boundaries are for mutuality. The boundaries are so that we can have a communication. Can I be honest with you? When people can't set a boundary with you, to be honest with you, that's because you don't have communication skills. You don't have understanding skills. It took me a long time to understand that, but it's true. I used to think it was a me problem, but no, it's a you problem. If it's not you, it's a them problem, right? Sometimes when we try to make people understand us, they don't understand us, and that's the why when we was talking earlier about um when somebody, oh, this is a good example. When somebody get upset, right? Somebody's yelling at you, somebody's screaming at you. You don't have to yell and scream back. Just look at them. Because I'm not going to yell and scream with you back. I'm not going to go back and forth with anybody. I'm too old for that. I'm not going to argue with you. For what? Because if you're arguing with me, well, this is something I learned. I'm learning. Well, I guess I've learned it already. Real communication is you're listening to what I'm saying, and you're not already ready to come back with an answer. If you're arguing with me, you already ready to come back with an answer, which means you're not listening. That's not listening. When you sincerely listen to somebody, you are relaxed and you're listening. You're not listening to respond. You're listening to understand. There's a difference. When I am talking to somebody and I realize we're having indifference, and I am talking to them about my indifference, and their body posture is off, once I finish with my first indifference, I'm done. I am no longer going to tell you my second one. I'm no longer going to reinforce what I told you, and I'm done, because your body posture and your comeback is letting me know that we're done with the conversation, because you're supposed to be listening to me to understand what I'm saying so you can respond from understanding. And too many times we are already ready to respond when you haven't even understood what I'm even talking about. That's where self-worth comes from. Self-worth comes from, I'm not arguing with anybody who's not trying to understand me. I'm not trying to argue with anybody who's not trying to understand me. You're arguing just to argue. You don't even know what we're arguing about. You just arguing. I'm done. You influence your legacy. That's so important. You influence your legacy. When I see adults with children, and please listen to me, because I used to be this adult. Anybody who know me for a very long time, I have not I am changed. Like, but when I talk to y'all, I am talking to y'all from a place I used to be you. And I say that because people are like, I hate people who judge people. Baby, I can't judge you. I'm not judging you. I used to be you. I understand. But I'm telling you, when you see adults, yeah, and they children watching, and you yelling and screaming and your children are watching, you are teaching your children how to act. I don't care how much you tell your child to be respectful. You are teaching your child not to be respectful when you're not being respectful. Your community is watching. Your audience is watching. Every time you act a donkey or act a fool, somebody, especially nowadays, there's a camera and there's somebody watching you when you're acting up. When you model self-worth, you break generational insecurity. You break your own insecurity. You teach confidence without arrogance. You build emotional stability for those connected to you. When I tell you, when you know who you are, when you walk in confidence, not conceitedness, but confidence. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people don't talk crazy to me. I don't think I give you the aura. I don't give you an aura to talk crazy to me. I don't think that I walk in that. I don't walk like that. I don't walk like with my head down. I don't walk. I don't know. I can't really explain it. But I feel like when you are a confident person, I don't yell. I don't scream. I don't really look at you crazy. I'm usually happy, but people don't really talk to me crazy. But I also give off the aura of positivity, of respectfulness, and hey, hey, don't raise your voice at me. Like, hey, bring that down. Hey, bring that down, cause I'm bring it down, right? Cause I don't let your voice get high. It's so important to control the situation. Hey, bring it down, and I do it to everybody. Bring it down. I don't care what the situation is, bring it down. I don't care if it's a cop, bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down, ma'am, sir. Bring it down. We all gotta be respected. Bring it down. You're responsible for your healing. Oh my God, y'all know I love the healing part. Y'all know how I feel about healing. Most of our self-worthness comes from us not healing. Healing is personal. I am doing a whole series right now of it's personal in my Godfidence group. If y'all want to come in my Godfidence group, it's on Facebook. I think it's red. I think it's red. I think it's white and red. I seen there's more Godfidence group, but mine is red and white. It's called Godfidence Women. If you want to come in there, we're doing it's personal right now. And we're talking about healing and all type of stuff in there. Ignoring healing is expensive. When you ignore your healing, you bleed on every person that you come into contact with. You bleed on the next job. You bleed on the next relationship. You can't even be successful in what's next if you don't heal what you need to heal. I see so many people jump to the next relationship unhealed. You take your unhealed self to the next relationship. You take your unhealed self to the next job. You take your unhealed self to the next friendships. You take your unhealed self birthing children and raising kids. And all you're doing is bleeding. And I call it bleeding because you're injuring, abusing the next relationship, the next job, the children with all the things that you did not heal from. Healing, self-worth means I am worth the work. That means you're worth going to therapy. That means you're worth getting the journal. We are doing a journal right now. I have not, it's not for sale right now because I'm not selling it right this second. But I am making a journal for me and my family. Doing it day by day. And yesterday was what is it what was the question in the journal yesterday? What is it that you survived from that you haven't celebrated? Did y'all hear that? What is it that you survived from that you haven't celebrated? And guys, when I tell you, I was like, oh, it was a plethora of things that I survived from that I'm going to put the paper down. I want to clap. How many things have you survived from? I was in an abusive marriage that I was in a car driving down the street on the phone with the police. I'm making a right. I'm making a left. They're like, we're looking for you, man. We're looking for you. Okay, I'm going. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared, guys. He's shooting at me. I'm scared, guys. I survived. I survived. I survived. Like, you know, there are so many situations in my life that I survived. And like, I really want y'all to realize and think back at all the things that you survived from. And I want you to have a party. Even if you have it by yourself, I want you to go buy you a cupcake and be like, I survived that. Because it's a part of the process, it's a part of the healing. And so what I thought about, the first thing that came to my mind, and this was so good for my soul when I wrote this down in my journal the other day, I wrote down, not only did I survive molestation, I want you to listen to this. I didn't just survive being molested. I survived the remnants of being molested. Oh, I know some of y'all don't know what that means, but those who've been molested, I know you understand the assignment. Being molested caused me to be an angry person. I became a fighter. And I'm not talking about the regular type of fighter. I'm talking about the pull your hair, put you in the chokehold, stomp on you, and spit on you when I got done. Judge me, I get it. Trifling, I get it. I get it. I'll take whatever you got to say to me. I get it. I became that girl from Survival. I had a grown man, okay, doing things to me, choking me. And so I decided that I was going to protect me. I was going to be the protector of me. And that's how I protect myself. Right. And so not only now am I healed, I am healed from the remnants of it. Like, that's so good for me. I want you to heal too. I want you to celebrate the abusive relationship that you left. I don't want you to just heal from leaving that relationship. I want you to heal from the remnants of it. I want you to heal from you jumping every time somebody slammed the door. Let me go a step farther. If you feel abandoned, I don't want you just to heal from feeling abandoned. I want you to heal from the remnants of feeling abandoned. Every time that somebody said they're gonna call you back, you in your back of your mind, you're going, they never gonna call me back. People never gonna call me back. People never think of me. I want you to stop thinking that. I want you to really heal inside. That is so good. And that's why I want us to be. That's why therapy is so important. That is why self-healing is so important. That is why journaling is so important. Because you are worth it. You are so, so worth it. You are so worth it. I just woke up from a nap, y'all. At 5:30, I was like, oh, you know what? I have time before 8 o'clock get here. I need a nap. I watched my grandkids today. I got some news that I didn't like today, some sad news today, just a lot of things. And it's okay. It is okay to say, man, I'm mentally exhausted. It is okay to say I'm exhausted. It's okay to say I need a nap. I went and took a nap, like them little 2-year-olds. I took a nap, set my alarm, and I woke up and I said, all right, let's go podcast. You are worth growth. You are worth the growth. You are worth breaking unhealthy patterns. You are worth breaking unhealthy patterns. You don't have to be that person. You know, sometimes people like, you act like this. You're like, I don't act like that. If everybody say you do, maybe you do. But you don't have to continually be that person. You do not have to continually be anybody that you don't want to be. You do not. You are designed with value. And I want to end with this. You are not a mistake. You are not random. You are intentional. You do not have to compete to be worthy. You don't have to be compared to anybody else to be valuable. Your existence alone makes you worthy. Your confidence is not built on completion. I want to sit on that for 1 second. Your confidence is not built on completion. That is so good. There is so many times I'd be like, oh, I gotta, when I write the next book, oh, when I do the screenplay, oh, when I get the next raise, oh, when I do this, oh, no. Say it with your chest. Your confidence is not built on completion. Your confidence is not built on getting married. Your confidence is not built on getting that job. Your confidence is not built on them. It's not built on Shem. It's not built on them. Your confidence is not built. Your confidence is not built on accomplishments. It is not. You are worthy because you was born. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. I want you to say it with your chest. I want you to say it with everything that's in you because you are worthy. You are worthy. And that's so important. Your work, you When you understand your worth, everything attached to you rises. And that's why I believe that people don't really disrespect me, because I know my worth. I walk like I'm worthy. I talk like I'm worthy. I look like I'm worthy. Like, like, like why do you think that it's okay for your mouth to be running crazy to me? Why would you think that's okay? Why would you think that that's okay? Right? No, that's not okay. Go sit down somewhere. Right? And so we have to oh, I thought I had some. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna say these last ones. Say it with y'all. I want y'all to say it with y'all chest. Y'all ready? And I'm about to go. I am valuable. I am a big deal. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am magical. I am loved. I am wonderfully made, because y'all are. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all next week on Tuesday. I will see y'all next week on Tuesday, and I do not know what our topic is. Usually I do, but I do not. Jennifer is on a cruise, so I hope she is enjoying her cruise. I don't know if she's back next week. Thank you for joining us today, the Godfidence Women Podcast. Remember, your confidence is rooted in God, not in circumstances. Keep shining, keep believing, and keep walking in your confidence. Until next time, stay blessed and stay bold. And remember, share the podcast.